software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, you know, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
What's going to happen in 2024? It seems like there's still a lot of positives for the economy that we will see, and that the financial economy just might be washed out on the metrics, but is still pretty vibrant, and it's going to be a good place to be.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Wrong is right. You know, what people don't understand is it's been a year and 9 months, and we have not been successful in making a new high on the spiders. Think about that. So we had that big rally from 2009. That's great. Up to 2022, 600% on the S&P, 1,200% on the Nasdaq. But unfortunately, that was a financially engineered rally. By the way, most people have no idea about what that rally is. They hear the term QE, and they don't really understand what that means. But before I go on with that, the rally this afternoon, these are the rallies you're going to get hurt in. If you're chasing this rally this afternoon, you're going to get hurt. I've been telling my gang members for the last week, and I've been saying this on the air, we're going to get a 5 to 7% short covering rally. We're going to get a rally. You always get a rally in a market before a crash. It always occurs. And I've been saying that. And I told my gang members again today in class, I reminded them, look, we're going to get a rally. So just, again, they do that so that they can get their clients out. Their big institutions can get their pension fund people out, whether it's the police or the San Francisco labor people, or they got to get them out. They got to get them out at a higher level. And remember, this market's been going down, for weeks. So there's profit taking, and if you jump in here thinking you got a good deal, see, that's the problem again. I was talking about this yesterday. The big problem we have are all these investors that we call tourists. They don't know what they're doing. They've never been in a crash. And also, if you take a look at let's take XLK. So that is your ETF for tech stocks. So we've been going down now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2.5 weeks here. So someone's going to take some profits. There's people shorting. Now, my chart, it still remains red. As I told my gang a few minutes ago, if this is something other than a short covering rally, we'll know. My charts will turn green, and we'll turn around and we'll buy. But we're having a rally in a downtrend. That's called a snapback. And when people don't know what they're doing, this is when they get killed. They jump and think, this is it, I'm going to buy now. Same with the oil stocks. Everybody's jumping and buying oil stocks now after they pulled back. They're all jumping and buying oil. Matter of fact, we're short Oxy and a couple other oil stocks, and we made good money buying these oil stocks. We got in early. Most of these oil stocks, we bought those when nobody was getting in them. That was back on July 18th, like Oxy. And so they've been selling off. Not a lot, but they've been selling off. And remember, I as I told my members, I do not believe that the Saudis, who are partners now with Putin, the Prince of Saudi Arabia and Putin, they need money. Putin needs money for war, for Ukraine. And the Prince needs money, $500 billion, to build his new city. I just don't see, again, I just don't see that, okay, oil's just going to go back down again, and that's it. Now, I did last week give my members, I told them to buy a little bit of gold mining stocks and just hold it for now, and it's going up a little bit today because the dollar's coming down. But again, people who react to these kind of one-day rallies, they always end up. How many times have you seen this before? The trend in the market is down. We don't have the earnings to hold any of these rallies. And it goes all the way back to the fake rally we had from March 2009 to January 2022, that 600% rally on the S&P. It was going up for the wrong reasons. It was a QE rally, and nobody understands what that is. You got to understand what happened. And, as I told you yesterday, after they made that big rally, they have been unable to ever go and make that high again. So when they ran from 2009 up to 2022, that 600%, they've never been able to get past that. We've had 4 different tries, and every one of them failed. Why did this one, after it ran up 600% from 2009 to 2022, make it a new all-time high? Why didn't it hold? It went right back down. It went down 28% to that infamous October 13th. Everybody talks about the October low, the October low. And from that October low, they tried 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Each one closed lower than the previous one because they don't have the earnings. There's no earnings in here. Now, if you go back and really want to understand what happened from 2009 to 2022 and how they scammed everybody, remember, after the 2008 crash, everyone lost money. The big guys lost money. Well, they had to make a decision. Are we going to let's go into a recession. We clean up our balance sheets. We get rid of all the debt. And then what we do is we do business investment. Let's invest back into these businesses after we get rid of their debt. It's called business investment. And then that business investment, they'll buy new machinery, new equipment, and so forth. They will increase productivity. And when you increase your productivity, that's a good thing. Because when you increase productivity, now all of a sudden your productivity is going up, your jobs are going up, your wages are going up, you're growing the company. Then you have profits, and it's stable. But the problem with that is it takes a long time, because after you have a significant crash like we had in 2008, it's very hard to get business investment, because the banks, remember the banks, banks are so important to our nation. That's another thing people don't understand what's going on. That's why I have to laugh at this rally today. They have no idea what's going on. The banks are in such deep trouble. The banks are everything. Remember, the bank's jobs, okay, they're to take money, they're to increase the money supply, to keep expanding credit to government, to cities, to states, to individuals, to businesses. The banks, that's what their job is, to keep increasing the money supply to increase credit. And credit is everything. That's how we grow. The banks have not been doing that because the banks are losing money every time they make a loan. So the banks aren't lending. And you're sitting here watching the market going up, thinking like, oh, this is the bottom now. Market's going to keep going up. What are you nuts? When the banks can't even lend? They're not lending. And when the banks are out of business, when they're not lending, the whole country's screwed. So going back to 2008, that's where we were in 2008. So they're saying, well, we got to save these banks. In the meantime, they knew it was going to take a long time to get money from the banks, first go into a recession, get rid of all the debt, clean everything up, then get money from the banks, and then increase productivity and so forth. So they said, let's do this instead. Why don't we we'll do QE. Now, 9 out of 10 people have no idea what QE is and the consequences of QE. They knew in 2009, if they did QE, that we would have 40-year high inflation in 2023. They knew people would be suffering in 2023. They knew that in 2009, as soon as they put QE together.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Hope you're not chasing this rally. Remember, I told you there would be a rally. A rally was coming of about 5 to 7%. They're called short covering rallies. This rally can't hold, like and all the other rallies failed. We've had 4 rallies fail. Why would we be so lucky to think this one's going to be okay when the other 4 failed? Remember, the biggest rally we had from 2009 to 2022, that 600% in the S&P and 1,500% in the NASDAQ, never held. Remember, it pulled back right away. And I'm just looking at the S&P right here. It pulled back almost 30% right away. And then after that, it could never recover. So you think today it's going to recover by some magic? Now, let me tell you how we all got screwed in 2008 to 2022. The people in 2009, after the 2008 crash, they made a decision to take care of themselves and screw everybody else. The decision had to be made. Do we go into a recession, get rid of all our debt? Then we start with business investment. You can't get business investment till you go through a recession, clean up all the debt of all these companies. It takes time. And then the banks will invest, called business investment. Then people get new equipment, new machinery, productivity goes up. Then you get productivity going. That's a great thing. Wages go up, jobs go up, our standard of living goes up. Everything's great, but it takes a long time. The beautiful thing about productivity and why we've done that the last 100 years, because it doesn't increase inflation. Why do you think we've always drove our economies by productivity? If QE was the way to go, why would we ever have done productivity? Why would we have produced anything? Now, case in point, in 2009, they decided, you know what, it's going to take too long. So the CEOs, the guys on Wall Street, the banksters, the gangsters, and most of the people and the members of Congress who are in the stock market and who control the Federal Reserve said, no, we're not going to wait this long. We're not going to wait for a recession and all that. Let's just get started. So here's what they did. They knew in 2009 if they printed all this money, that's massive inflation. They didn't care because it benefited them. When they print the massive money, they go by the 10-year treasuries. That would drop the yields down. Enough for the Federal Reserve to justify driving their interest rates yields down to zero. The CEOs then would simply purchase this money from the Federal Reserve free, zero. What they would do then is they'd go and how they'd move the stock market up without profits, they'd have to target growth stocks, tech stocks, not value stocks. This does not work with value stocks. So they targeted the growth stocks, tech companies. So the CEO would simply go in and they would purchase the amount of shares to keep reducing the amount of shares they had. So the more they would print this money to buy share to get this money to buy shares, they would keep reducing shares. What would happen when they kept reducing shares of their company? When there is less shares, after you reduce your shares, you purchase these shares, and you purchase them for the sole purpose to reduce the number of shares, that in turn increased the value of the remaining shares without having to increase profits or productivity, because the more shares that you reduce, the amount of shares you have, that means the shareholders now will see the remaining shares go up in value by reducing the number of shares the company owns. You understand the game here? Reduce the number of shares a company owns. That makes the balance of the shares go up. That's why they call it stock buybacks, called QE. What happens is your shares are going up without being associated with profits or growth. They just keep going up. Now, when they started doing this, and they knew they had terrible inflation doing this, they looked at the inflation at the time was 0.30, wasn't even 1%. Their target was 2%. They said, well, we're safe. We can play this game of QE that once was illegal. We'll keep on reducing our shares as long as you, the Fed, will keep printing and keep buying treasuries to get the interest rates down, so you, the Fed, can drop your interest rates to zero so that you can lend us money at zero. We'll keep buying our own shares. This went on from 2009 to 2022, 13 years. So the stock market, the S&P went up 600% with no value. The NASDAQ went up with no value. Think about that. Because all they kept doing is reducing the outstanding shares. So now the remaining shares would have greater value, pushing the share price up without profits. That's why they call QE, they refer to it as prosperity without profits. But here's what they knew when they did that. They knew what would be happening by 2022. They knew by 2022, okay, that the economy would be in trouble. They knew inflation would be so high that the economy would be in trouble. But they didn't care because, remember, they were making a fortune. The CEOs, the banksters on Wall Street, members of Congress, everybody who was in on this was making a fortune. There was no way you couldn't make money. Just keep buying tech stocks. They didn't need to have profits. But then something happened on the way to the market in 2022, in 2015 rather. I told you yesterday. That's when Yellen said, we got to stop this because the inflation is terrible. And they said, no, let's lie about it. Tell them there's no inflation. The little inflation we have is transitory. We'll tell them it's transitory. And they kept going from 2015 to 2022. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. The feds have raised interest rates again. And AI is the topic of the day. No matter what the financial headlines are, be a successful investor with Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. Take advantage of the free 10-day trial for the Working Investor Program. Phil Grandy has put together the tools you need to understand the stock market with full access to the Phil's Gang website and access to Phil's Pro 2 color-coded charting software. Know with confidence when to buy, sell, and short a stock. Members also have access to Coffee Talk. Every morning at 8:30 Eastern, Phil Grandy talks about what's happening on Wall Street that day. Want to be a better investor? Then take advantage of the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. You'll find many more features and tools for the working investor. After the trial, it's just $59.95 a month for membership. Invest with the best. Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
We've had several months of high inflation that most economists, including me, believe will be transitory.
See, that's what she said. So in 2008, they decided, let's not go with productivity. Let's build the economy on quicksand because we can get really wealthy. Wall Street can get wealthy. The top 1/100th of 1% can get wealthy. The top 1% can get wealthy. In fact, in 2006, even the comedian came out and was talking about Carlin. This was 2006, before the 2008 crash. Here's what he was saying about the rich.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses.
Okay. He said in 2006. In 2008, when the market crashed, the people he's talking about made the decision, screw Americans. Screw the country. Let's take care of ourselves. We can get rich. Let's do QE. And what we can do is mask it as we're helping the people. Because when interest rates come down, that means interest rates on their cars will come down, interest rates on the homes will come down. They'll think they're getting a break. But here's what we do know in 2009. The same thing that she said in 2015. They knew what was going to be happening in 2023. They knew in 2009 what's happening to us now. They knew that. Their models told them. Our manufacturing would be at a 14-year low. Our productivity would be at a 75-year low. New orders would be declining. Our household debt would be up. Our corporate debt would be up. Our commercial debt would be up. Credit card debt, bankruptcies. They knew that in 2009 when they started this. But they said, what do we care? We're going to get rich. So that's why she lied in 2015. Oh, she knew it wasn't transitory. But something happened as they kept on running this market up to take care of themselves. Every time the yields started to go up, the market would pull back. It pulled back in 2018. The minute the interest rates up, yields went up 2.3%, 3%. Boom, market pulled right back. 2020, the yields inverted. Boom, we had that little that crash, that 30% crash, 2020. When we hit 2022, it was over, and it couldn't hold because that whole rally from 2009 to 2022 was a QE rally. It wasn't from earnings. It was all from stock buybacks. It's all a game. They made that legal. It was illegal until President Reagan, after taking the economy from Jimmy Carter, was so bad, he needed to stimulate the economy. So he went from it being illegal to legal, and he was only going to use it for, he only used it for about 6-7 months. That was it. These guys told us, and who are these guys? Guess who? Bernanke and Obama and Biden. We're telling everybody, oh, we're just going to use this for 6 months to a year, and you're going to make out because you're going to be able to buy a car cheap and so forth. Here we are, 2023, 13 years later? People are getting drowned in inflation while they're making money by simply printing money. See, that's the problem. When you increase your economy by productivity, you don't have that inflation. You stay well below 2%. When you play a game like this and push up stocks artificially without profits, without earnings, by simply making sure you keep getting enough money, they provide you enough money to keep buying your own shares to reduce the outstanding shares. The more you reduce those shares, the more the shares go up because there's less of them. And all these guys on Wall Street were making a fortune. But now we're all paying for it. We're all paying for it through all this high inflation. Now the banks, something else happened. When they got, they didn't care so much, they could care less, that all of a sudden the banks who bought treasuries and mortgages, and they kept it on their books, making about, let's say, a 3% yield, nice little profit. All of a sudden, inflation, they're raising rates above 3%. Now, when rates went above 3%, what happened? The banks, Silicon Valley Bank, out of business. First Republic, out of business. Signature, out of business. Why? Because they couldn't loan. They couldn't make loans. They're losing money on their loans. Now there's another 180 banks all losing money on their loans. That's why they quickly came in and put together the Bank Term Funding Program, $2 trillion fund, and they're holding these banks up from trying to collapse. It'll never work. They did that in 2008 too. Same exact thing. So that's why when you have a day like today, that's why I get so upset. People think, oh, this is the bottom's in now. This is the real bottom. And they have no idea that this market could go all the way back, not only back to March of 2020, we could go all the way back to 2015 because this whole rally is fake. It's a bubble. It was a bubble. It was a bubble. So the way you make money in this market is shorting. So when you have a rally like this, like today, you get a rally like this, then you turn around and you sell into it. And I'll give you an example. So you have like Oxy Okay, here just look at the stock. So it went up from a low of 59 up to 61. When it comes back down and drops below 59, you short it again. Why? Because it's not going to hold. It's not going to hold. Okay, you take any of these tech stocks, same thing. If you take, let's just take, I don't know which one here. Let's take. Let me get you one here. AKAM. When that guy gets back from 104, it's up to 106. It's going to turn around, come back, and take out the 104. You short it again. And we're going to show you how to do this in our webinar. Just go sign up. October 14th, next Saturday, we're going to have a webinar to show you how to sell short. We're also going to show you how to buy stocks, how to identify what a day like today is a head fake rally. Most people don't understand that. It's a head fake. Just like what I'm explaining now, nobody understands the hell I'm talking about, that QE was fake. They didn't even know what QE was. They think it's an ice cream cone, QE. QE was very, very, one of the worst things, I think one of the cruelest things is make us, pay tax on our labor. I think that we should never be paying tax on our labor. That's a cruel tax. And I think another cruel tax is that the tax on gasoline, the federal tax on gas, I think that's cruel. I think you're being very cruel for people, to people. But I think the cruelest thing of all was this QE, because who knew this? Who put this together? It was Obama. Obama and his boys. All the boys that surrounded him. Remember who they were? The guy from Harvard, I can't think of his name. And he had all these gangsters around him. He had the guy from Citi, can't think of his name either. But anyways, he had all his boys around him who was with him, okay? And all they want to do is take care of themselves. And look at the money they made. Now, but they knew they were going to leave America holding the bag in 2022. It started to fall apart 2018, fall apart in 2020, and then it fell apart 2022. And guess what? That October low everybody talked about, they tried to rally it again, and guess what? It's failing. It's failing. They're all going to fail. So please, join our gang free for 10 days. Learn how to sell short. Also, sign up for our webinar, October 14th. If you can't make it October 14th, it's archived for 2 weeks. So you got a class for 2 weeks. You're going to learn how to sell short. It's only $75. Go to our gift shop, sign up. What is wrong with that? Learn how to sell short.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Become an expert investor. Here's Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang Radio Show.
If you want financial freedom, then don't let Wall Street hold you back. Discover what they are hiding and how to thrive, even in a stock market crash. Unlock these secrets with a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. Real strategies, no fluff. Take action right now. Come on, become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Just visit www.philsgang.com.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hey, folks. Phil Grandy from Phil's Gang Radio Show. Are you going to let Wall Street control your financial freedom? Are you nuts? Learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know, especially how to profit in a stock market crash. I'm offering a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. No nonsense, just actionable insights. Don't miss out. Sign up to be a Phil's Gang member and secure your financial freedom. Visit www.philsgang.com today.
That's philsgang.com. Philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Yesterday, Kramer comes out and he says to buy the tech stocks. You can get that cut for me. Because he says yields are high. So here we are today at 4.78 on a 10-year trade, and you got people buying tech.
Skyrocketing bond yields are bad news for the vast bulk of the market. But the one thing exception right now are the mega cap techs.
You never buy the big mega tech stocks when treasury yields right now are at 4.78. You got people jumping in right now thinking the bottom is in for the tech stocks. The bottom's in for the Qs. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? At 4.78, the bottom is in? You're going to get killed. You're going to get killed. Techs don't do well at 4.78. So you got all these people jumping in. But I'll tell you what's really driving this market up today. Short covering. Short covering. The institutions who are shorting, taking profits, and then you got the tourists who don't know what's going on. They're just seeing the tech stocks go, I better get in. I got to buy Microsoft. I got to buy Apple. I got to get in. And they don't know the difference between the 10-year treasury yield, okay, and a banana. They don't know the difference. We don't know which one to eat. They don't know the difference. That's the problem. And here's the big problem that everybody's got to understand. Our banks are broke, for God's sakes. Our banks can't make money. And the loans they have on the book, they're losing money. Banks. Know what the banks do for this country? They take care of us. We are directly tied. Our fate of our country, our stock market, our economy, our economic growth, small, large businesses, our family standard of living is directly tied to the fate of our banks. We rely on the financial sector, the banks, for their ability to keep expanding their money supply. And then their credit expansion. We need credit. Everything is credit. The whole world runs on credit. They're not doing that. They're not expanding their money supply. They're not expanding credit. They're tightening at a rate we've never seen, and somebody's in there buying tech stocks today like, oh, it's just going to go up. Credit makes possible everything you do. Business investment increases productivity. And anytime you run a stock market up and decide, again, not to use productivity to run the market up, but to cheat and use stock buybacks to keep reducing the amount of shares your company owns, so the shares that are left start going up without having to make money, that used to be illegal. There's no value there. People don't understand that. The Qs are going to go down much further. People are buying tech stocks today when they're going to go down much further. People are buying stocks today when the banks are broke. The banks are losing money on every loan. Our standard of living is shot to hell because of the banks. But who knew this was going to happen? They knew this when they were running their models in 2009. Obama and his team, they knew we'd be in this shape and people would be suffering. Not him. He's got this beautiful home in Martha's Vineyard. He's got a beautiful home. He's got, I think, one in Aspen now. He's got a beautiful home. And his wife gets $700,000 for a 30-minute or an hour speech. But what about the guy who's making $65,000 a year and he's got himself, his wife, and 3 kids? How's he making out? He's screwed. Why? Because in 2009, they decided to create a fake stock market rally, and people wouldn't know the difference. Because all people knew is they could buy a car at a low rate, a home at a low rate, a wave runner at a low rate, a Jeep, pickup, Bulldog, chain, low rate, time to the bumpers. And now we're sitting here with yields at 4.79 on a 10-year Treasury. 99% of the people listening don't even know what that means, but they're buying stocks today. How sad. Look, please, come to our webinar on October 14th so you don't get, like today, you're going to lose money today. I know you don't think so. I think everyone thinks, oh, this is it, the bottom's in. How many times have you thought that? How many times? Well, let's see. You thought it 4 different times. Didn't work out. Buy on the dips, right? You bought on July 27th. How'd that work out? You lost money. Then you bought again on September 1st. How'd that work out? You lost money. You bought again September 14th. How'd that work out? You lost money. You bought September 29th. How'd that work out? You lost money. And you're buying today. How's that going to work out? You're going to lose money. Because when we don't have a banking system anymore, and we don't, banks, we rely on this financial sector for their ability to expand the money supply and their credit expansion. That's not happening. Credit makes possible business investment, which increases productivity. Productivity has an enormous impact on our standard of living. But guess what? We don't have it anymore. Higher productivity increases jobs. We have the lowest productivity in 75 years because of what these guys did to create a rally from 2009 to 2022. Savings, we don't have increased savings. We should have increased savings. Instead, we don't. We went from 8.2%, 10-year average, down to 3.2%. They knew when they did this in 2009, they knew wages would be decreasing by 5%, and they knew that the prices of goods would be going up 19%. They knew gasoline was going to be up. They knew this in 2009. Their models showed it, but they decided to screw us so they could get very rich. The top 1 percentile. The top 1 percentile. But if you know what you're doing in the stock market, you can make money consistently. You can make money consistently. But if all you know is how to buy, like on a day like today, because you don't know how to short, all you know is how to buy, you'll never make money consistently. Never. Never. That's why 80% of you lose money, because you don't prepare yourself to short. We'll help you with that, okay? We'll help you with that. You can go right now and join our gang. Go to our gift shop. 10 days free. You learn during that 10 days, you learn how to short. But I'm telling you, I'm begging everybody, attend the webinar October 14th. It's only $75. It's really for 2 weeks. You have the information for 2 weeks. You're being taught for 2 weeks. It's going to be the best value you ever had. So taking a look at some of the stocks here, you can see exactly where they're chasing. Look at this. They all went right to the same stocks. They always do. They always do. They go right back. Look at the tech stocks they're chasing here today. They're chasing Microsoft. And on our chart, it's red. It's red. You know what this is called on our chart? A snapback. You know what it's telling us? It's telling us it's at 327. The low was on September 28th at 309. It's telling us it's going to go back down to that low and go lower. That's what it's telling us. See, our charts are never wrong. The chart is solid red. It follows the institutional money. So that's called a head fake. See, it's snapping up, but your trend is going down. So people are buying right now against a downtrend. Are you nuts? Take a look at Apple. Oh, there they are. Look at jumping in there. Look at that. Jumping in Apple too, thinking they're going to get rich. But the trend is going down. You never buy a stock in a downtrend. And our color-coded chart shows the big institutions, the insurance companies, the big hedge funds. They're not buying, they're selling. They're saying, here, take my shares. Here, take my shares. It's amazing watching this going on. People don't know what they're doing. Unbelievable. They're buying anything that moves. Look at this. They're buying anything that moves. How many times we went through that? We went through that, remember? On August 31, they gave that all back too. Join the gang. Go to my gift shop. Sign up for the October 14th webinar.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.